Calico Joe Chapter 18. Chapter 18 takes place in the past. On September 23rd, the doctors released a statement about Joe's condition. Because of the trauma to the optic nerve, Joe had lost at least 80% of the vision in his right eye, and the loss was permanent. The probability of Joe playing again was, in their opinion, extremely low. So imagine that, like you're at the height of your career, your rookie season, things are going great, and then one pitch changes your life. The pitch that Warren hit Joe in the head with, right, causes long-term damage. He loses at least 80% of the vision in his right eye. He's not going to be able to play again. The news broke the hearts of Cubs fans. Their annual "wait till next year" suddenly lost all of its promise and excitement. The greatest prospect in their long, frustrated history would never play again. It also crushed the spirits of the players. Joe's teammates were struggling without him, and the news from New York was devastating. Later that afternoon, they were blown out by the Braves, and they would lose the next 3, falling 2 games behind the Mets, who were winning and on the verge of clinching the National League East. The Mets would go on to beat the Reds for the pennant, and do so without a player hitting over 300 or a pitcher winning 20 games. In the second coming of the Miracle Mets, they pushed the A's to 7 games before losing the World Series. So after Joe's injury, the Cubs fall apart, they're out of the race, the Mets make it to the World Series, but end up losing it to the A's. The miraculous yet tragic career of Joe Castle came to an end. His numbers were mind-boggling. In 38 games, he had 160 at-bats, 78 hits, 21 home runs, 21 doubles, 8 triples, 31 stolen bases, and 41 RBIs. His batting average of .488 was the highest ever, but would not be entered into the record books because he didn't play enough. Other records would stand. 1, the first rookie to hit 3 home runs in his first game. 2, the first rookie to hit safely in his first 19 games. 3, the first rookie to steal a base in 9 consecutive games. 4, the first rookie to steal second and third in 7 different games. And his most famous, number 5, 15 consecutive hits in 15 at-bats. He tied several other rookie records, including 4 hits in his first game. But on September 23rd, 1973, his numbers meant little to him and his fans. There's a lot of numbers that just came at us in that last paragraph, so I encourage you to go back, reread that paragraph, highlight it if you have a book in front of you, because that's really impressive, right? He didn't play that many games, but he has all of these records in just a short amount of time that shows you what a great season he was truly having and how devastating it really was that it was cut short. My father eventually came home after being released by the Mets, and during the first family dinner, he tried to appear upbeat about his future. Supposedly, several teams were interested in him for the 1974 season. Negotiations were underway, deals being offered. We listened and pretended to believe him, but we knew the truth. In an effort to stay busy, he painted the inside of the garage, installed new gutters, worked on his car, and seemed to be making plans to live there for a long time. My mother was playing a lot of tennis and secretly looking for a job. I came home from school one afternoon and, as usual, planned to leave as soon as possible and hustle down the street to the Sabatanis. My father was in the den watching television, and when I walked through, he said, "Say, Paul, you got time for a catch? I need to keep my arm loose." As bad as I wanted to say no, I couldn't do it. Sure. I had vowed to never again toss a ball with my father. An open area where we had a small backstop and a wooden home plate. He grabbed me by the arm and said, "First of all, don't ever ignore me again like that. You hear me? I'm your father and I know 1,000 times more baseball than those clowns who call themselves coaches." I tried to pull away, but he dug in with the fingernails. He was getting angrier with each passing second. "You hear me? Don't ever ignore me again." So this paragraph and the ones to follow are a flashback that Paul is having. So this chapter does take place in the past, and it talks about how, Joe Castle's career is coming to an end because of his injury sustained by Warren Tracy. And it talks about how afterwards, after everything's finished, Warren Tracy returns home and starts repairs on the house. And so unfortunately for his family, he is around a lot after that season. And one afternoon he asks Paul, "Hey, Paul, you want to go outside and play catch with me because I need to get my arm loose?" Paul doesn't want to do that, but he says, "Sure." And then he starts having a flashback. And so in this flashback, we are getting the truth about what happened that day when he got those bruises on his face. So remember, this is after that Little League game where his dad pulled him out behind the house. "Yes, sir," I said, but only to keep from getting hit. He let go and put his finger under my chin. "Look at me," he snarled. "Look me in the eyes when I'm talking to you. There's a right way and a wrong way to play this game, and you got it all wrong. Never, I repeat, never let a hitter show you up like that. At any level of the game, I don't care if you're 8 years old or playing in the World Series. Never let a hitter show you up like that. This is how you handle that type of person. Get up there." I took the bat and got in a stance at home plate. He backed away maybe 50 feet. He was wearing his glove and he had 3 baseballs in it. I was an 11-year-old kid without a batting helmet, facing a pitcher for the Mets, one who was not only angry, but in the process of teaching me the crude art of hitting a batter. "The code says he's getting hit, okay? So the next time he prances himself up to the plate, it's your job to hit him. Same as if one of your guys got plunked. Then you got to protect your team. Are you listening to me?" "Yes, sir." "I do it with 3 pitches. Some guys go right at them and hit them with the first pitch. I don't do that because most batters are looking for it on the first pitch. I set 'em up. My first pitch is a fastball a foot outside." He took a wind-up and threw a fastball a foot outside. It wasn't full speed, but then I wasn't fully grown. The pitch looked awfully fast to me. "Don't step out," he growled. "Second pitch, same as the first. Another wind-up, another fastball a foot outside. Now, this is when you nail them." He's leaning in a little, thinking I'm picking at the outside corner, so he's not thinking about getting drilled. "I'm not going to hit you in the head, so don't step out, okay? Dig in, Paul, like a real player." I was terrified and couldn't move. He took his wind-up and threw the ball at me, not high and not as hard as he could, but when the ball hit my thigh, it hurt, and I think I screamed. He was yelling, "See, you're going to survive. That's how you do it. 2 fastballs away, then you hit him, preferably in the head." He scurried around and picked up the 3 baseballs while I rubbed my thigh and tried not to cry. "Give me the bat and get your glove," he said. I was now the pitcher, and he was at the plate. 2 fastballs outside. Let's go." I delivered the first one in the grass and 3 feet off the plate. "You got to hit the catcher's mitt, Paul. Come on," he snarled as he waved the bat like a real hitter. His career batting average was .159. I threw the second pitch outside and high. "Now," he said, taking a step towards me, "drill me right here." He tapped the side of his head. "Stick it in my ear, Paul." He was back at the plate in his stance. "Stick it in my ear. You can't throw hard enough to hurt me." I was 40 feet away, gripping the baseball, wanting desperately to throw a pitch that would knock out his teeth, spill blood, fracture his skull, and lay him out flat on the grass. I kicked high, delivered, and the ball went straight down the middle of the plate. A perfect strike. As it bounced off the backstop, he picked it up, threw it back at me, and said, "Come on, hit me with the baseball." I threw another fastball, one that was higher but still over the plate. This made him even angrier, and after retrieving the ball, he fired it back. It was getting dark. He threw the ball much too hard. It glanced off the webbing of my glove and hit me in the chest. I shrieked and started crying, and before I realized it, he was in my face yelling, "If you don't take this ball and hit me in the head, I'm going to beat you. You understand?" As he stomped to the plate, I glanced at the house. Upstairs, Jill was peeking out her bedroom window. So here we have this real story of the abuse and the fact that we know why Paul knows for sure that Warren purposefully hit Joe. It's because that's what he taught his son to do that day. He taught him his exact method. Like, hey, when you or your teammates get disrespected by the batter, this is how you hit them. You got to hit them. It's the code. And he throws 2 balls outside. So that way the batter kind of gets loose, starts crowding the plate, and then that third one, you hit him, and you hit him in the head, and that's what he's teaching his son to do. But, I mean, Paul's 11 years old, and so this is really hard for him, and he doesn't want to hit I mean, he wants to hit his dad, but he doesn't want to hit his dad, and he's not doing it the way his dad wants him to, and his dad's getting angrier and angrier at him and yelling at him and cursing him out. And Paul glances out the windows of the house and sees that his sister is watching this all take place. My third effort at beaning him was as unsuccessful as the first two. The pitch was high and inside, but not close enough to do the damage I wanted. To show his disgust, he reached out with his left hand and caught the pitch barehanded. What an insult to a pitcher. But then I really didn't care. I just wanted to get away from this madman. He flung the bat toward the house and came after me. "You're a coward. You know that, Paul? Nothing but a coward. It takes guts to throw at batters, but a pitcher has to do it." "Not in the Little League," I managed to say. "In every league." I guess I was too small to punch, so he slapped me across the face with the back of his left hand, protecting, of course, his pitching hand. I screamed and fell down, and just as he grabbed me by the collar, I heard my mother yell, "Get away from him, Warren!" She was standing 10 feet away, holding the baseball bat, something she had probably never done before in her life, and aiming its barrel at my father. Joe was hiding behind her. For a few seconds, no one moved. Then, seeing the opportunity, I crawled away. "Put the bat down," he said. "You hit him in the face," she said. "What kind of animal are you?" "He hit him with a baseball, too," Jill added. "Shut up," he snarled. A few more seconds passed as everyone took a breath. We slowly made our way inside, each carefully watching the other. My parents went to the basement and fought for a long time, and when they got tired, he left. Excerpt from The Beaning of Joe Castle by Paul Tracy, son of Warren. So not only is this like a flashback to what happened that day, but this is also exactly what Paul put in that article that he's trying to blackmail Warren with. He says, "Hey, I'm going to publish exactly what happened that day, exactly why I know you for sure purposely hit Joe." And it's this abuse that he suffered as a child at the hands of his father. And who knows what else would have happened in that backyard if his mom hadn't finally come out holding the baseball bat, threatening his dad and telling him to stop. So it's a very abusive relationship, obviously, and Paul never forgot it or really got over it because his dad and he don't have a close relationship nowadays at all either.